Well, howdy dragons, and welcome to this instructional video for Lesson 2, Part 4, Other Forms of Organization. The main idea behind this economics lesson is in addition to sole proprietorships, partnerships, and corporations, there are other forms of business organization. With that in mind, by the end of watching this video, you'll be able to explain how vertical combinations differ from horizontal and conglomerate combinations, explain why a business owner might decide to open a franchise, describe the customer's role in a cooperative, and describe how a nonprofit organization differs from other types of business organizations. Now that those outcomes for this lesson have been shared with you, let's get started. Sole proprietorships, partnerships, and corporations are the three most common forms of business organization in the United States. There are, however, other forms business owners may choose, including corporate combinations, franchises, cooperatives, and nonprofit organizations. Like sole proprietorships, partnerships, and corporations, these business organizations meet the needs of particular enterprises. As you watch this video, consider how each form can benefit a business. Many of the advantages associated with forming a corporation, longevity, separation of ownership from management, and ease of raising financial capital, are associated with one characteristic: size. Large size often brings economies of scale. In order to make the most of these advantages, many corporations try to expand. To expand, a corporation either grows from within by building new facilities or legally combines with another enterprise. The most common method of joining businesses is through mergers. A merger occurs when one company joins with or absorbs another. In a merger, the absorbed company often loses its identity. Suppose that the computer game company known as CompuFund Corporation is purchased by a company known as CyberAce Corporation. If CompuFund's games are popular, CyberAce will probably continue to produce them, but under the CyberAce name. Companies may form different types of corporate combinations. The three most common types of combinations are horizontal, vertical, and conglomerate. A merger between two or more companies producing the same good or service is called a horizontal combination. A horizontal combination can also involve companies that dominate one phase of production. For example, John D. Rockefeller and his associates organized the Standard Oil Trust, which was later broken up by the federal government, to control the U.S. oil industry. This trust was a horizontal combination in that it included many companies involved in the same industry: oil refining. A merger between two or more companies involved in different production phases of the same good or service is a vertical combination. For example, the United States Steel Corporation, founded in 1901, combined companies that owned ore deposits, iron mines, steel mills, railroads, and shipping lines. All of these companies were involved in different phases of the production and distribution of steel. Today, the company, which is now a part of USX Corporation, produces 10% of all the steel manufactured in the United States. A merger of companies producing unrelated products is known as a conglomerate combination. Whereas horizontal and vertical combinations have existed since the late 1800s, conglomerate combinations did not become common until the 1960s and 1970s. One example of a conglomerate is the International Telephone and Telegraph Corporation, or ITT. Until the 1950s, ITT manufactured only telecommunications equipment. During the 1960s and 1970s, however, ITT acquired hundreds of companies that became subsidiaries, or distinct divisions, of ITT. Although owned by ITT, these subsidiaries continued to manufacture products under their own names, often noting that the companies were subsidiaries of ITT. Today, ITT has subsidiaries in such varied enterprises as insurance, financial services, defense technology, and automotive products. To ensure competent and knowledgeable decision-making, combinations often allow subsidiaries to keep their top management. For example, when General Motors acquired Hughes Aircraft Company in the mid-1980s, GM permitted Hughes to conduct its own affairs, largely without interference. One major advantage of corporate mergers is efficiency. By centralizing decision-making within an industry, a combination usually can increase efficiency through the elimination of overlapping jobs and departments. For example, when CyberAce purchased CompuFun, the new combination will not need two vice presidents of product development and may eliminate Michael's job. A second advantage is the potential for lower costs. Buying an existing business is often less expensive than building new plants and offices, hiring new employees, and acquiring additional financial capital to expand. CyberAce will not need to pay to recruit and relocate new employees because the merger has brought CompuFun's employees into the corporation. A third advantage is that the increased size of a combination often makes it easier to acquire financial capital. Just as partnerships typically have more collateral than sole proprietorships, combinations typically have a greater ability to raise financial capital than separate corporations. Additionally, larger companies often are believed to be more successful, which encourages shareholder investment. The new financial capital that CyberAce raises can be used to increase the sales force or to modernize production facilities, enabling the combination to compete more effectively in the marketplace. Although combinations can lead to increased efficiency, their practices can also lead to higher rates of unemployment. Employees may be reassigned or may lose their jobs. If Michael no longer works as Vice President of Product Development, he may become unemployed or be assigned to new duties, perhaps as Vice President of Production. Even employees who keep their jobs, however, sometimes suffer low morale from altered job descriptions or other changes in working conditions. Michael may not enjoy his new job, or employees in product development may not like working for the CyberAce Vice President. Additionally, because mergers may result in reduced competition in the marketplace, they can lead to higher prices for consumers. Since CyberAce games no longer need to compete with CompuFun games, because they are all now produced by CyberAce, prices may increase. Some businesses share a name even though they are separately owned. In this case, one company agrees, for a fee, to let another person or group set up a franchise, an enterprise that uses the original company's name to sell goods and services. The parent company, the company owning the name, is called the franchisor. The person or group opening the franchise is called the franchisee. What kinds of businesses are operated as franchises? Hotel and motel chains such as Holiday Inn, restaurants such as Burger King, and real estate agencies such as Century 21 are organized as franchises. Franchise agreements generally include requirements designed to uphold the reputation of the parent company. For example, the franchisee has to maintain quality standards and must provide a particular good or service. To ensure consistent quality and service, the franchisor often provides training for employees. It may also pay for national advertising. Because of these advantages, as well as the use of the parent company's name, the franchisee can lower the costs associated with starting a business. For example, suppose that Nalani wants to open a shoe repair store. She can establish a sole proprietorship, but she also has the opportunity to open a franchise of the widely known Zippy Fix shoe repair company. Nalani may decide to become a franchisee because even though she will have to pay for the use of the Zippy Fix name, she knows that she can count on the franchisor to provide standards of quality, access to tools and materials, and advertising. Additionally, she knows that customers will recognize the Zippy Fix name from the moment she opens the doors of her business, increasing her share of the shoe repair market. The name Nalani's Shoe Repair, on the other hand, would be less familiar to the public and would take longer to attract customers. Nalani may determine that a franchise suits her business needs better than a sole proprietorship. Some businesses are organized as cooperatives, or co-ops. businesses that are owned collectively by their members. For example, residents of an apartment building may join together to buy their building as a housing cooperative, rather than allow it to be purchased by a shopping mall developer. Suppose that residents of Blue Moon Apartments decide to form a cooperative and buy the building. Some of the residents decide to move, but Janelle is one of the many who agree to invest money and join the cooperative. Janelle now owns shares in the Blue Moon Apartment Cooperative and has the right to occupy one of the apartments. As an individual, however, she does not own part of the physical structure of the building. Additionally, she and the other co-op members share the building's maintenance costs. There are many types of cooperatives. Purchasing cooperatives like Price Club and Sam's Club are retail stores that buy large quantities of merchandise at reduced prices and pass these savings on to their members. Marketing cooperatives are commonly established by groups of farmers who hope to secure higher prices for their farm products. Service cooperatives provide members with services such as electrical power, health care, or legal assistance. Credit unions are financial cooperatives that allow members to borrow money at reduced interest rates. One form of business organization does not focus on financial gain for its members. Instead, a non-profit organization works in a business-like way to provide goods and services while pursuing other goals, such as improving educational standards, providing health care, or maintaining museums and other cultural institutions. Nonprofit organizations include the American Red Cross, the Boy Scouts of America, the Girl Scouts of the USA, and the American Heart Association, as well as churches, labor unions, and some hospitals. Nonprofit organizations often are structured like corporations, in part so that they can benefit from unlimited longevity. Revenues for nonprofit organizations generally come from the sale of products, fees for services, and charitable contributions. The income of nonprofit organizations is not taxed by the government. So that's the way it is with Lesson 2, Part 4, Other Forms of Organization. By this point, you should know that corporations are able to expand their operations by merging with other businesses, and franchises, cooperatives, and nonprofit organizations are 3 additional types of business organization. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel to have the entire catalog of economics videos available at your fingertips. Click the subscribe button and then click the follow bell to receive notifications as to when the channel is updated. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in class, Dragons!